Hello and welcome back to another Stormcraft video. Today we'll be working on my Megabase. Also, as you can probably notice, I now have an elytra. This is actually not a new elytra, but an elytra that I found on a piglin that I realised, well, that's my old elytra, that's the one I lost. So I killed the piglin, and now I have, along with this bad diamond armour, I have my elytra back. Today, because as you can see, I have a shell of a Megabase, but today I'm going to be working on the interior. So here we are in my Megabase, and as you can see, I've actually already started work on the entrance to my Megabase. It looks terrible from the outside, and we'll be working on that later, but I wanted to first look at it from the inside. I kind of like the arch design I've got going on, and this part, and I like this tunnel idea. So I'm going to just finish that up to these 4 blocks, and then we'll have a look at it and decide whether it's a design we're going to stick with, or whether we're going to change it, play around with it a bit, etc. Now, okay, I finished it, and I'm actually not very happy with it. My main issue with it is there's too much noise, as I like to call it. There's too many focus points. Like, what your eyes like to do is they like to look at these sea lanterns as they're textured in a weird way and they're not smooth. And there's just way too many of them for it to look anywhere near good. But I think if I get rid of some of these sea lanterns, I like these sea lanterns, and I think these top ones could also stay if they were moved up 1 block. But I think some of these sea lanterns need to be taken away and just replaced with standard prismarine bricks, because otherwise it's just too much to look at. Okay, I'm back, and I have changed everything here over to prismarine bricks, and the only other difference is I've pushed those sea lanterns back 1 and changed those to slabs, and I think this is a way more clean look, so it gives the viewer way more like a nicer eyesight. It doesn't blind them. That wasn't smooth. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go into a time lapse of me building this out to around here, and this is just to do basically a longer test of is this going to look good. This is a better sample, and I really actually like the look of this. As you can see, it's very lit up and it gives lots of light, but it's not too eye-catching. It's quite a smooth design with a reasonable amount of texture, and yes, that's going to come later. But look, you can fly through it quite nicely, and it doesn't give too much of an eyesore. So I actually am really happy with this design. Obviously I can't just carry this on for infinite, so I'm going to have to plan what I'm going to do next. As you can see, I have lots of chunks to play with, but they're not just in a box, so there's no easy way to make a room. I have to make decisions. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make the main room 3x3 chunks and have 2 layers to it. So 1 layer is on this layer and 1 layer on that chunk. The top layers I think I'm not going to do anything for now, but I might use them in the future. But for now I'm going to use these bottom 9 chunks in a 3x3 pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry this pattern out until this chunk. so that we can then decide what we're going to do for the hall. Welcome back. I did a bit of AFKing overnight, so I now have, I think it's 9 shulker boxes filled with prismarine shards, except for the first one, which is a bit empty. Then, oh, that's in the wrong place. And then I have some shulker boxes filled with prismarine crystals, and these boxes are just miscellaneous with just some extra items like sea lanterns, crafted up dark prismarine, which I only have very little of because which is actually why there was 8 stacks missing here, because the farm only produces a very small amount of ink. So I might actually have to make an ink farm sometime, and that actually sounds like quite a cool project. So I might do that in my next video. So anyway, I finished this project, well this like a hallway, and as you can see I kind of like the way it feels while flying. Oh. Well, that's not very good. I'm back here. My spawn was set somewhere else, so I had to quickly do a little cut there. I think I've got most of my stuff though. I don't have that much good stuff. Did anything fall into the water? I don't actually think so. I think this is practically all I had because I just emptied everything into these shulkers. So now what I need to do is, because I've got this beautiful tunnel which you can still die in clearly, let's not do it again, let's masterfully, yeah, that's better. So I've got this tunnel now, and I need to now think of a simple but elegant wall design, and I want this to go up to, definitely up to at least the first top layer, because this one, as you can see, doesn't go that high, but I want this to go up higher. So I'm just quickly going to have a think and going to outline this maybe just on these 3 chunks, and then I'm going to have to think about it, design what looks good, and then I'll talk to you about it. Okay, so at the start I played around a little with trying to stretch out the design, but then I thought, why not just copy the entrance that I worked hard on and use it as the same entrance to the hall as the hall entrance. So what my plan now is to, if you see these are two layers, if I copy this layer here, I'll get the exact same look but then on this side, and then from there build out the wall. So let's go do that. Okay, so this is the design I ended up settling for. It's a very similar design to this, just with the sea lanterns toned down a bit and a bit of a different entrance. I think I might still fiddle around with the shape, but it is basically done. And I've also filled up this side with white concrete. I'm not going to be building this right now, but I'll be finishing up all of these different segments in the next episode, because I think it is time to end off today, because it's already been a while since my last episode, and I mean, to be honest, we've done quite a lot. We've built this tunnel, and we started work on the actual interior, and I mean, I don't want to do everything in one episode. So it's time for us to end this episode here. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye!